What's up, guys? It's your boys Awoki, back with another of the Chris Watts and Nicole Kessinger videos. Now, I have found a new YouTube channel, Midnight Rabbit Hole. We're going to be going and watching Chris Watts' Babysitter interview. I wanted to get into this because I remember listening to a couple key phrases that this girl said, and she talks about another woman, NK, and I want to know more about it with the whole babysitter, what she saw, what she might have heard, and so forth like that, and just kind of reiterate what we might have missed and so forth like that. So, with that being said, before we go any further, if you guys could do me a solid favor and not subscribe to my channel right at the moment, but go over to Midnight Rabbit Hole, go give them some love, subscribe, comment, like, and share. You know the deal. We definitely want to give them the love that they deserve for putting this together for us to enjoy and learn more about, or I shouldn't say learn more or enjoy, because this is a tragedy, so I do apologize for that. But we're going to be getting into this video of the babysitter interview, what she saw days before the murder. Before we go any further on my channel, make sure you guys subscribe to my channel by hitting that whiteboard icon down the bottom right. Hit the bell icon next to it, so when I do post videos like this one, you guys will get that little ring notification that I've posted that video, and then you guys can watch, comment, like, and share. And with that being said, let's get into the video, and then afterwards we will discuss and talk more.
2018, Chris Watts hired a babysitter to watch his two young daughters, Bella and Cece. He told the babysitter and his wife, Shanann, that he was going to a baseball game with friends, but he actually went on a date with his mistress, Nicole Kessinger.
When he should have gone to that baseball game.
Just 2 days later, he committed the heinous crime of murdering his entire family. In the following audio, the babysitter describes the events of that night. At the time of her interview, she was under the presumption that Shanann and the girls were missing. She had no idea of the tragedy that had already unfolded.
So just so the recording knows, your dad is Jeremy?
Yes.
And Jeremy knows you're talking with me right now?
Yes.
Okay. So we're talking about Chris and...
So you're telling me this babysitter doesn't have her parents present? Hold on.
So we're talking about Chris and Jeremy knows you're talking with me right
yes.
now? Okay. So we're talking about...
I presume Jeremy might be her father? Interesting.
Chris and Shanann.
The way that I said that is because NK had her father, and she was how old? So
Watts, and some responsibilities you might have had for babysitting their children.
Yes.
So how long have you known Chris and Shanann?
My dad used to work with them, and I think I got to meet them when I was around 6 or 7 years old.
So Jeremy is your dad?
Yes.
And who did he work with?
He worked with both of them. They both worked at Longmont Ford. Shanann was a salesperson, and Chris was a mechanic.
Okay. Do you remember when that was?
I would say probably in 2013 or 14.
Wait, this girl can't be more than older. This girl can't be older than 16, 17 years old. So why is her dad not present? Does anybody know how old the babysitter is? Hold on, I'm going to do it. Wait. So you're telling me the babysitter is underage. And yet she didn't have her father included? But NK was, what, 30-something and had her dad? Are you kidding me?
14-ish is when they all worked there at the same time.
What did your dad do there?
He was an internet manager.
Does your dad still work at?
No, he works at Siltahar Motors now.
Works at Siltahar, okay, down in Boulder.
Yeah.
And do you know what Chris and Shanann do now?
Yes. Shanann advertises.
Shanann? You mean Shanann or Shanann?
This thing called Thrive, which is a patch you wear that gives you like energy boosts, I guess. And then Chris does the oil company where they drill in the...
She's very well spoken. She has a head on her shoulder better than NK, I can tell you right now.
Ground to find oil. I think it's called Anadarko.
Anadarko,
yeah.
So he works there.
Yes.
And Shanann, does she bring you, or Shanann, sorry, mainly work from home?
Yes.
Or does she travel, or?
She travels for business when they have like conventions and stuff, and she posts on Facebook, and I think she advertises, and that's what her job is, to advertise for Thrive.
Okay, so she's an advertiser, and he works in the oil industry.
Mm-hmm.
And so you think you've known them since 5 or 6 years?
Yeah.
So
she was 6 or 5 when she met them. And she's known them. She's not 12 or 13. Is she?
you babysit for them not on a regular basis or on a regular basis?
Not on a regular basis.
Okay. So how many times have you babysat for them?
Just once.
Once. And when was that?
Saturday night.
Okay, so today is the 14th.
Mm-hmm.
Monday is the 13th.
And again, the babysitter does not know that Shanann and the girls and Nico are gone.
Sunday's the
As
12th.
deceased.
So the 11th.
So the 11th?
Yes.
Okay, so you babysat for them on Saturday. What time did you start babysitting?
4:30 p.m.
4:30 p.m.?
Yes.
And who asked you to babysit?
Chris had contacted my dad.
On what day?
Friday.
Do you know what time?
No, I do not know what time.
And he asked,
He asked if I could babysit their kids while he went to the Rockies game and Shanann was out of town.
do you know who he was going to the Rockies game with?
He said something about how it was with his work or something from his work, because my dad was going to the Broncos game that night, and my dad had invited him to go to the Broncos
I would have gone to the Broncos game, man.
game because he had an extra ticket, and he said he couldn't because this is something from work.
So friends or something from work?
Yeah.
Lies.
Did you see? So what time, how did you get to his house? Did you babysit there or did he come here?
I went there, my mom dropped me off.
Where's the mom?
And that was on Saturday.
Yes.
Your mom, what's your mom's name?
Jennifer.
Lindstrom?
Yes.
I just think it's funny that this girl is underage and her parents are not present. They probably got the okay, but still, Nicole had her father.
Do you know your mom's birthday?
July 1st, 1981.
It's awesome to know your mom's birthday. So Saturday, your mom drops you off. What time?
4:30.
Was anybody at the house?
Chris and his 2 daughters.
Okay. What are his daughters' names?
Celeste and Bella.
I can't help but notice, too, that this interview is very well detailed from the investigator, that he wants to know all these. Why were we not asking these questions for NK?
How old's Celeste?
She's 3 and Bella is 4.
Anybody else at the house besides those 3?
No.
So tell me what happens. Your mom drops you off. Does your mom come in with you?
No.
You just get out?
Yeah.
And go in by yourself?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you have a cell phone?
I do.
What's your number?
720.
I was going to say, hopefully they bleep it out. Because I was going to bleep it out myself.
And your address is. So you go into the house. Chris, Celeste, and Bella are there.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And does Chris tell you what he wants you to do, or
Yeah.
tell me what Chris tells you?
And
You said, sorry, let me back up real quick. Shanann was not home. She was somewhere else.
Yes.
Where was she?
Arizona for her work.
And Chris told you that?
Yes, and I had seen posts on Facebook because I'm friends with Shanann on
Okay, so
Facebook.
you knew.
Yeah.
This girl's interview is like dodging, or not dodging, but exposing NK's, because the way she's like, oh, I saw it on Facebook. So that she knows that she does Lavelle. She knows she's pregnant. She knows she has kids, that they're married. So when Nicole Kessinger Googles them and Facebooks them, she would have seen all of that. Do you get what I mean by the babysitter is like pretty much exposing all of NK's stuff? It's pretty much exposing her.
But Chris told you the same?
Yes.
Okay. So just tell me your conversation with Chris when you show up.
I walked in and then he asked what kind of pizza I liked because he was going to order me and the girls pizza for dinner. So he got on the phone and ordered them pizza. He gave them their medicine before he left because he didn't want me to have to worry about that. And they were already in their pajamas, and he said I just have to play with them and then at 7 o'clock lay them down to go to bed. And he
told you to put them down at 7 p.m.?
Yes. And he just showed me where their cameras were for their rooms and showed me how to...
What kind of cameras?
They were like installed on the wall, and there was like this little mini thing I could watch to make sure they were okay in their beds.
So like a little television you were watching and you could see the kids?
Yeah, it was like a handheld, and it switched back from each room.
Okay, was that part of their video surveillance or was it separate?
I think it was separate.
Okay.
And then...
Do you know if that recorded or was it just live?
I think it was just live.
Okay.
And so far, this girl has not said one thing about, oh, I don't remember. So you're telling me this younger girl has a better memory than an older woman?
And then he gave me a cell phone number just in case I needed anything.
Do you remember what that is?
No, it was on the counter and I didn't need it. And then Shanann was texting me and she was like, are the girls okay? I'm like, yeah, they're fine.
So Shanann knew you were there too?
Yes, she called me.
Did Chris ever text you?
No.
Of course, he's with Nicole.
So Shanann knew you were there because Chris told her,
Yeah.
or did you tell her?
I think Chris told her.
Okay. So how did Chris leave the house? Well, so did he run you through these instructions? Do you recall what the girls were wearing?
Yes, they were wearing 2 nightgowns, and actually a police officer came over today and they had pictures and they told me to pick out which ones they were wearing.
So they went through that with you.
Yeah.
And can you just describe them, what they were wearing, if you remember?
They were 2 nightgowns, and I think one was blue, and they just had like little kid like stars and hearts and sparkles and stuff on them.
Okay.
And I think the other one was like a peach color.
Okay. You remember what was on that one?
What's that?
Do you remember what was on that one?
They were kind of similar. It's still like the stars and the hearts. And
Okay.
I have a
Remember what-
picture of what Cece was wearing.
Did you take a picture of her that night?
Chris took the picture, I'm pretty sure.
On your phone?
No, he posted it on Facebook, or Shanann posted it, because he was sending them pictures of the girls when she was checking in on them.
Okay, tell me how somebody got a picture of the girls that night.
I'm pretty sure it was taken on Chris's phone, and then I'm guessing he sent it to her, and then she had posted it on Facebook, so that's how I saw it.
Prior to him leaving for the game?
I can check when she posted it.
Okay.
Because I noticed that was the same exact thing she was wearing when I came over to watch them. It was... Yeah, she posted it on Saturday at 10:30 at night, and that's the night I babysat.
Can I see that picture?
Yes. That's the youngest one.
She had pictures? She didn't delete them?
You don't mind if I take a picture of
Go
your
ahead.
phone?
Bad lighting.
It's fine. Thank you.
Why weren't they taking pictures of NK's phone with everything that she had?
So she posted that Saturday, and that's the clothing that Celeste was wearing.
Yes.
The night that you babysat for them. So do you think that's prior What time did you babysit? You got there at 4:30? What time did you leave?
Around 10:30.
Were the kids
6
sleeping?
hours?
Yes.
What the hell were NK and them doing? For 6 hours? I go on a date with my fiance
So
and
I'm
we go
guessing
for
that
like
was
2 to
before
3
I came
hours.
because it's like.
Babysitter prices are expensive.
Just making some notes, just a second.
You can hear him writing. Why wasn't he writing when NK was talking? Because you don't really see this guy writing a lot.
So you did not send that picture to Shanann?
Mm-mm.
Chris must have.
Yes.
Why does that matter?
Do you remember what Chris was wearing when he left?
A white t-shirt and
Jeans?
darkish, almost black jeans.
And
Do you remember if the
flip-flops.
t-shirt had anything on it?
No, I think it was plain.
It's American pasta. Or what do they
remember
call
his
it?
shoes?
Aeropostale?
No.
Flip-flops. Because he was in the gas
Was he wearing
station.
a jacket, anything else?
Mm-mm.
In that heat?
Does he wear glasses?
Yeah, he usually doesn't, but when he left, I'm pretty sure he was wearing his glasses.
Like reading glasses or sunglasses?
Reading glasses.
And he left you a phone number to reach him?
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what that, again, you said it was just written down on
Yeah.
the counter? It was written on a note?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you know who he left with?
No.
Did you see the vehicle or the car that he left in?
No, he told me to go distract the kids while he left so they didn't get upset that he was leaving.
Did you hear a car?
No.
Did he take his own truck or do you think he left with somebody?
I'm not sure because his work truck was parked in front of the house,
Didn't take that.
and I never looked in the garage or anything to see if
But
any.
you would have heard the
vehicles
Did
garage.
the work truck ever leave?
No.
What's his work truck look like?
It's big and brown, and it has like a bunch of mechanical stuff on the back of it. It looks like for the oil fields.
Very detailed this girl is.
Does it have any markings on it?
No.
Does it say the name of the business?
No, it's blank. Because I remember the girls kept pointing it out because they're like, that's my daddy's truck.
So the girls are 3 and 4, but do they talk with you a lot?
Yes, they're very
They're
talkative.
very talkative?
Yes.
Okay. So did they tell you anything that was happening? Was there anything that was concerning that you heard?
Bella she sat by me and she was really concerned. Her little sister fell asleep before her, so she sat on the couch with me for a while, and she actually told me something. She's like, "Can I ask you something?" And I was like, "Yeah." She was like, "My little sister has, like, she told me if she eats coconut, she'll never be able to see her again." So I'm guessing that the littlest one has a severe allergy, and that's what they told her, that if she eats that, she'll never be able to see her again. And she was really upset by that.
Bella was?
Yeah.
And so if Cece ate
Bella was such a smart
coconut,
girl.
she would potentially
Yeah,
die.
I know she has a tree nut allergy, but I never heard coconut. So I wonder if they just, I don't know if she got
So
coconut.
Cece has a tree nut allergy?
Yeah, like a severe one.
Okay. So you watch the children. He leaves about. You get there at 4:30. What time do you think he leaves?
Probably 4:45 after we've like gone through everything, and he orders the pizza for us. And
Where was the pizza from?
Papa John's, I think.
Okay. And he leaves about 4:45. You didn't see who he left with.
Mm-mm.
Okay. You watch the kids. Any phone calls? Do you see anything out of place at the house? Is anything weird?
It seemed normal. They all were acting normal. The kids were having fun. And the house seemed fine.
Okay. And what you put the girls down at 7.
Yeah.
And then what time does Chris come back?
Around 10:30.
Anybody else in the house while you're there? Just you and the 2 girls?
Yeah, my mom was waiting outside to pick me up
What
because
time?
he told me 10.
So interview the mother. Ask what she saw.
So my mom came at 10, but when he came home, he said he had gotten stuck in some traffic, which was understandable.
Okay.
Okay. And your mom was there to pick you up?
Yeah. She was waiting outside the house.
Probably them looking for
She's
butt
waiting in her
stuff.
car?
Yeah.
He gets home at 10:30, and he was at the Rockies game, right?
Yes.
That's where he said he was going?
Yes.
Did he mention anything that happened, or?
He just gave me the money and I left.
He didn't tell you? He said you got stuck in traffic?
Yeah.
Was he
I'm so surprised he didn't go, how much did he pay you? Like, what kind of pizza? What are we at?
wearing the same clothing?
Yes.
And you didn't ever see who he came back with?
No, my mom saw him come home, so
Your mom did?
I bet if you ask her.
The girl said it right there. She's like, I bet you if you asked my mom, she would probably know. Did they ask? Look at this. I watch First 48 religiously. I'm watching crime stuff all the time. This is literally all I've been watching lately is First 48 because I'm trying to compare with their interviews towards like Chris Watts' interviews and Nicole's interviews. And Nicole was so off the hook. Like she was not even, those were questions like you would get in kindergarten. What's your favorite color? Do you like going to the park? Do you like dogs or cats? Like those were the kind of questions I felt like Nicole was getting answered. And then this guy is telling this girl the questions he's asking. And he's like, what's X times 2 to the 4th power of square? And she knows it. Like, I'm just giving examples like the questions were so like pinpointed and like on it, which she did a fantastic job answering. But why were those questions that were like very important not asked to Nicole? I wish we would have gotten more from the babysitter's interview. But again, the babysitter even said, maybe you should talk to my mom because she saw who he was driving with, which we know is NK, but it's just another confirmation and so forth. But it's just to the fact that they can interview this babysitter very well and detailed, but they didn't do it to Nicole. Wow. So with that being said, and like I've said, when I watch the First 48, these guys, when they interview, they're like yelling, they're mean, they play the whole good cop, bad cop kind of thing. But why did they not do that to NK? It's ridiculous how lenient they were on NK. With that being said, make sure you guys go over to the channel again. Like I said, links are in the description for you guys to watch, comment, like, share. You know the deal. Don't forget to subscribe on my channel, share with your friends, and we will see you guys in the next video. So please take care, be safe, and keep nerding on, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.